Good morning all of you. We already discussed about polynomials. So what are polynomials? Polynomials are algebraic expressions which contains more than two terms. And there is one thing that is to be noted, that if an algebraic expression contains terms of these forms like x raised to minus 1, x raised to minus 2, x raised to minus 3, that is, if a term has a negative power, so that algebraic expression is not a polynomial. Here we have a polynomial 5xy plus 2. So this is a polynomial, and this polynomial has two terms. Which are they? 5xy and 2. So what are terms of a polynomial? Terms of the polynomials are parts of the polynomials which are connected by the mathematical operations like addition and subtractions. So here you can see that 5xy and 2 are connected by, are joined by the addition sign. So 5xy and 2 are the terms of this polynomial. So it has two terms. Now take the first term, that is 5xy. And we already learned 5x and y. We can call them as factors. Factors of 5xy. We have already studied about factors of a number. If we can represent or if we can write a number as a product of two numbers, we can call those two numbers as the factors of the number. So here the number 8 can be written as the product of 4 and 2, right? So 4 and 2 are the factors of 8. So in a similar way, the term 5xy can be written as the product of 5x and y. So 5x and y are the factors of 5xy. And we also studied about coefficients. So take the same term 5xy. Then coefficient of a factor in a term is the product of other two factors or other factors. So here we have the term 5xy. Then coefficient of 5 is the product of other two factors. So here in this term we have three factors, and if we want to find out the coefficient of 5, we need to multiply the other two factors, that is x into y. X into y is xy. Then coefficient of x is the product of other two factors, that is 5 into y, that is 5y. And coefficient of y is the product of other two factors, that is 5 into x, that is 5x. So this is how we find out the coefficient of a factor in a term. We need to multiply the other factors in that term. So here in the term 5xy, we have three factors, 5, x and y. So 5x and y are the factors of the term 5xy. And 5 is a number, right? It is a constant. So we will call a constant factor in a term by a name numerical coefficient. And here we have two letter factors, that means variable factors. And we will call these factors as literal coefficient. So here numerical coefficient is the constant factor in a term, and literal coefficient is the product of the variable factors. Let's see some examples. So here we have a monomial minus 12x square y. And why do we call it as a monomial? We know that a monomial is an algebraic expression which contains only one term. So here this contains only one term. So minus 12x square y is a monomial. So we need to find out its numerical coefficient and literal coefficient. Numerical coefficient is the constant factor in that term. So here the constant factor is minus 12. So the numerical coefficient is minus 12, and literal coefficient is the product of variables in that term, variable factors. So here the variables are x square and y. So the product is x square y. So the literal coefficient is x square y. There is one more monomial, 8 by 15 a square bc. So here the numerical coefficient is the constant term or the constant factor, that is 8 by 15, and literal coefficient is the product of the variables a square into b into c. So the literal coefficient is a square bc. So this is how we find out the numerical coefficient and literal coefficient of a term. Now consider the monomials 3x and 5x. So let us find out the literal coefficient of both of these monomial. What is the literal coefficient of 3x? The literal coefficient of 3x is x and the literal coefficient of 5x is x. So in both of these monomials, the literal coefficients are same. Now look at another example. We have two monomials 2x square y and minus 5yx square. So here the literal coefficient is x square y and here the literal coefficient is yx square. And x square y and yx square are same, right? Because multiplication is commutative. So x square y and yx square both are same. So in these monomials also the literal coefficients are same. So these kind of terms which are having the same literal coefficient are called like terms. Now consider these two pairs of monomials. So here in the first case we have two monomials 2x square and 3y. Here in the first monomial, what is the literal coefficient? X square. In the second monomial the literal coefficient is y. So in both of these monomials the literal coefficients are different, right? So consider the next example. 3x and 2 by 3y both are monomials and the literal coefficient of the monomial 3x is x and the literal coefficient of 2 by 3y is y. So here also the literal coefficient of both the monomials are different. So these kind of monomials with different literal coefficients are called unlike terms. The question, identify the like terms. So here we have given some monomials. You can see x square, y square, 2y square, 3 by 2x square, z square. So these are all monomials and we need to find out the like terms. So what are like terms? Terms which are having same literal coefficients are called like terms and terms which are having different literal coefficients are called unlike terms. So here from these given monomials we need to find out the like terms. So first look at here x square. So we need to check is there any terms with the same with the x square as the literal coefficient. So here we have a term 3 by 2x square. Here the literal term is x square, literal coefficient is x square. So x square and 3 by 2x square are like terms. Now let us check is there any other like terms. So here we have y square and here we have 2y square. So the literal coefficient of y square is y square and the literal coefficient of 2y square is y square. So these two terms are also like terms. So the like terms are x square, 3 by 2x square and y square, 2y square. These two are like terms and these two are also like terms. So that's all for today's class. Thank you.